Love Always Makeup. I have a box from Colourpop. I received a bunch of the blushes, a couple of the eyeshadows, and a sneak peek of a mini highlighter. Colourpop is getting ready to launch an entire line of highlighters, so I'm really excited to share with you a little mini sneak peek so you can see what they're like, what the consistency is like, all that jazz. We're going to start off with some swatches as always, and then I'm going to share with you my thoughts and opinions as well as some really great tips and tricks, tools of the trade to use with these blushes. These blushes can be a little bit tricky if you don't have the right tools or know where to start with these. So I'm going to take the guesswork out of that for you and show you my top suggestions on what to use them with. The first blush I picked up is actually not technically a blush, but you'll still find it in the blush section. This is the shade Aphrodisiac, and this is Colourpop's contour color for light to medium skin tones. If you are on the medium end of the spectrum, I would definitely check out this shade or Swift. It is a darker, deeper contouring shade for darker skin tones, so you might want to check out both of them and see which one is really going to fit best for you. This shade is really nice. I was really impressed. I was very iffy when I placed my order for this shade because so many companies put out a contouring shade and they're orange and they're just all wrong. So this, I was pleasantly surprised, very happy. It does not have any orange in it. It has just enough gray to really make those shadows pop in the right places. I love this. I hope it stands up to the heat and humidity, but overall, really impressed with this one. Next, I have a really beautiful neutral tone blush. This is in the shade Between the Sheets. Of course, Colourpop always has those really great playful names. This is another matte shade, and this one is really beautiful. Perfect everyday type of color on the neutral spectrum. This is going to be your more peachy brown toned blush. This actually reminds me a whole lot of the blush Melba from MAC, if you're familiar with that, but it definitely has a little bit more brown tones in it. This is a really pretty, nice, natural, everyday type of shade. If you are on the fair to light spectrum, I think you'll really enjoy this blush. The next shade I have is called Prenup, and I would also put this in the neutral natural category. This blush is a satin, and I do want to mention that the satin blushes from Colourpop do have some flecks of glitter and shimmer in them. I just want to make you aware because for some people that's an absolute no-no, so it is worth the mention. But this blush is way more on the pinky mauve tone compared to Between the Sheets. This is a really nice flush of color. Even on a no makeup day, this is really pretty, but this is one of those blushes that you could use every day and really love and enjoy. I'll probably get some really great use out of this because it's one of those that just goes with everything, if you know what I mean. If you're gonna pick some up, I definitely would add this to the cart. This blush is my favorite out of all of them that I picked up this go around. This is in the shade Holiday, and I love my peachy tone blushes. This shade is so beautiful and light and gorgeous. I think the tanner I get, this is only going to look better, but it's just one of those true peachy coral tone shades that lightly dusted on the cheeks are really built up. Just makes you look really healthy and vibrant and beautiful. I absolutely love this shade. This is also a matte, and I think the mattes are my favorite formula so far, and definitely if you love peachy coral tones, then you need this in your life. The last shade that I picked up is Fox, and this is a satin formula. This is pretty bright and intimidating in the pan, but even when you pack this on your brush, it really applies nice and light and sheer. You have to build it up to get that punch if you're looking for it. It will totally take you there if you want to go there, but if you just want some fun pop of coral on the cheeks, this is the blush that's going to do it for you. I really like this. It's really, really fun for summer. Picked up 2 of the new shadows because I have quite a few, but I did want to test some of them out. This is my new favorite shadow from Colourpop. This is in the shade Acorn. This is a pearlized finish shadow, and this is Becca Opal highlighter in a shadow, and that is totally what I'm going to use it for. This is a perfect highlight shade to dust on the cheeks. Better than that is to just dab your finger in this, place this all over the lid, and you're ready to go for the summer. I bought this for the hot, humid days where you don't want to have eyeshadow on, you don't want to put makeup on because it's just too darn hot. But this is going to give you that nice polished look, make you look pretty and beautiful, and have a nice, beautiful eye. Great, great shadow. I picked up one more shadow, and this one has the cutest name out of the bunch. This is In a Pickle, and this is one of their new matte shades. I really love this shade. It's just that perfect type of crease color for the summertime. So beautiful. I'm definitely going to do a ombre look with this. Really excited for that. But it is just the perfect peachy mauve shade. It has like that perfect balance of pink and peach in it. Really interesting shade. I'm gonna try this on the cheeks as well because it is a matte, and why not? You can do whatever you want with makeup, right? That's the best part about it. But this shade I really love. I love peachy coral tone shades, so I knew this was a shadow that I would use. This is the mini highlighter sample. I believe that these highlighters are going to be in the large packaging that the blushes are, and hopefully will be the same price of $8. I'm not sure on that, but there is one thing to mention that's different about these highlighters, and that is the traditional kind of little bubble imprint that you get when you receive a blush or a shadow. These do not have that texture on them. It's just kind of a flat texturized feel, but the consistency is very of the same. I would even dare to say that these are creamier. This is in the shade Wisp, as in a whisper of guilt, maybe, from MAC, the all-time famous shade. I would say that this is a little bit more bronzy, but this is definitely a golden goddess type of shade. I love this. It applies so beautifully to the cheeks. It's just a really great shade, whether you want to use this all over your lid, in the inner corner, or hit the Cupid's bow, dust on the cheeks. These highlighters are fantastic, and they're long wearing, which is the best part. I cannot wait for the full line of these to come out. I'm going to be ordering a whole lot of them. I wanted to talk really quickly about application for these. I have tried quite a few brushes with these guys, and because these aren't really a full-blown cream, but they're also definitely not a powder, you have to be really, really careful what you use with these, as well as if you're using your regular type of blush brush, you're not going to get any pigmentation at all. So I just wanted to share with you my tips and tools of what I've used so far with them. My top brush suggestions for using with these blushes are the Sigma Duo Fiber Powder Brush. It's the F15. Now this brush is not dense at all. This is perfect for the shades that are very bright and vibrant from Colourpop. So you can get a nice airbrush appearance. You can get a little bit of that color, but not too much. This is the perfect brush for that application. Colourpop suggests to use a flat top kabuki, and that is very true. You're going to really get some really great pigmentation from that. However, if you're using a flat top kabuki, it really covers too much area. Even if you have kind of a smaller size, a circle is not ideal for application. For me personally, I think the very best brushes to use with these blushes are these three right here. And my top one would have to be my Marc Jacobs The Shape 15 brush. This brush was just released about a month or so ago. I have a review on this. I will link down below. But this brush is a favorite of mine with powder products anyways. This is perfect for contouring, great for blush. It literally does the work for you. But with these Colourpop blushes, it's the perfect shape. And why I say that is because it just fits in the pan absolutely perfectly. It picks up the perfect amount of product, and it has that flat top that is just dense enough to really pack on that product and then place it onto the skin. I really like to stamp these and then blend them. I find that I get the most color that way. Now, if you're not wanting to invest in a high quality brush like this, I would definitely suggest these two as your best second options. And that would be the Sigma Angled Kabuki F84. This is going to be a little bit wider and runner up definitely. This is a really nice brush where you can get that stamping technique and blend. I just don't think that the shape is as conducive to blending and application as this brush, but it's definitely one that will really work really well. This brush from Real Techniques is the most affordable option I have to share with you. This is actually their Expert Face brush, which a lot of people use for foundation, but the density and size is really great. It is almost like the Marc Jacobs brush. It's going to fit in here really well. It's going to pick up that product really great because of the density of this. It's going to give you that stampability to really get the color and then blendability. So this would also be a really, really excellent choice with these blushes. Here's a couple other brushes that I have in my stash that I've used. The e.l.f. Studio Duo Fiber Small Stippling Brush is nice. This is the most affordable, but I find that this just really takes a whole lot of time to kind of stamp on and blend out and stamp on and blend out, but it will definitely work, and you can get these pretty much at every Target or Walmart, so it's the most accessible and the most affordable. The Real Techniques Duo Fiber is going to cut that time down a little bit, give you a nice airbrushed appearance. This would also be really great for the brighter blushes, but you can always pack it on with this one as well. Lastly is the Real Techniques blush brush. Now this one has a really tall, long head on it, so the density is very, very loose. So this is really great just if you want a little bit of color, just a tiny, tiny little bit. Or I think this is a really great brush to, after you've applied your blush, to kind of use to blend it out and blend everything in and maybe, you know, break up the color just a little bit, say if you've overdone it. So if you have it, definitely try this one too. I hope these swatches and brush suggestions really helped you guys out. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Please don't forget to subscribe so we can hang out again soon. And until next time, bye guys.